in light of the fact that Florida is vulnerable to hurricanes and has been designated as a high-risk urban area. If a hurricane were to barrel through Miami-Dade County and damage MIA's control tower and subsequent radar system, as Hurricane Andrew did, then it's highly possible, indeed likely, that emergency efforts in Palm Beach and South Florida could be dramatically hindered. The FAA's contingency plan would require that controllers in Jacksonville, an airport more than 350 miles away, direct approaching aircraft not only in their assigned region, but throughout all of South Florida and virtually the entire state without additional staff and technology. For my constituents, H.R. 915 contains a provision that I consider very important and worked hard to make sure that it was included. I thank Chairman Oberstar and Subcommittee Chair Costello and especially their staffs for the extraordinary work that they've done on this overall bill, and I'm deeply appreciative that they included this language, and I hope the FAA gets it. The administrator of the Federal Aviation Administration shall take such actions as may be necessary to ensure that any air traffic control tower or facility placed into operation at Palm Beach International Airport after September 30th, 2009, to replace an air traffic control tower or facility placed into operation before September 30th, 2009, includes an operating terminal radar approach control. It creates a process to ensure that these realignment efforts are properly reviewed and evaluated, and that stakeholders are involved throughout the entire process. This will help ensure that realignment decisions are not arbitrary, nor are they made with only financial considerations taken into account.
I yield the gentleman an additional 2 minutes.
The gentleman is recognized for an additional 2 minutes.
Throughout my career, rarely have I seen a federal agency as dysfunctional, unorganized, or downright incompetent, certainly totally irresponsible as it pertains to this issue, and unresponsive to mine and the efforts of others to see to it that this matter is concluded in a positive manner. The way that they function under the Bush administration certainly is not to be admired. For years, I've been fighting the FAA to stop the consolidation and realignment of South Florida air traffic control facilities, and the same holds for other areas of the country where appropriate studies are needed before such decisions are taken. As my constituents know, I take this very personally. Simply put, the lives of millions of people all across this country are in the hands of air traffic controllers every single day. I'm sorry, but we can't play politics with one's personal safety. My good friend from Florida referenced the air traffic controllers. On Monday, I received, as before, Mr. Oberstar and Mr. Costello, their Sentinel of Safety Award. And I thank my friends that are National Air Traffic Control Association members, particularly those that have worked with me on this project, Mitch and Shane, others in the area, and my former staff person, David Goldenberg. I would like to shout out to him and thank he and Alex Johnson on my staff for the extraordinary work that they played. I urge the adoption of this rule and the passage of the underlying legislation. And I would ask my friend from Florida, since he, like me, is a fan of the National Air Traffic Control Association, if he supports their quality of life issues and increased and appropriate pay. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.